Hello and welcome to AWS Certified DevOps Professional course. And in this video, we are going to discuss about AWS CloudFormation. So when we talk about infrastructure as a code, CloudFormation plays a very vital role in that. So what CloudFormation does is it gives developers and system administrators an easy way to create, manage a collection of related AWS resources, provisioning and updating them in an orderly and predictable fashion. So you can use AWS CloudFormation's sample templates or create your own templates to describe the AWS resources and any associated dependencies or runtime parameters required to run your application. So you don't need to figure out the order of provisioning AWS services or the subtleties of making those dependencies work. So CloudFormation takes care of this for you. So you don't need to prioritize the services. So it will be taken care by CloudFormation. So after the AWS resources are deployed, you can modify and update them in a controlled and predictable way. So in effect, applying version control to your AWS infrastructure the same way you do with your software. You can also visualize your templates as diagrams and edit them using a drag and drop interface with the AWS CloudFormation Designer. You can deploy, update a template and its associated collection of resources called a stack by using the AWS Management Console. AWS command line interface or APIs can also be used. The best thing about AWS CloudFormation is it doesn't come at a cost, and you just need to pay about the services that are going to be created after the CloudFormation template. So it doesn't come at an additional charge. Okay, so there are some features and benefits of CloudFormation, and a few of them are like it supports a wide range of AWS resources. So AWS CloudFormation supports a wide range of resources, allowing you to build a highly available, reliable, and scalable AWS infrastructure for your application needs. The second thing is it is easy to use. So CloudFormation makes it easy to organize and deploy a collection of AWS resources and lets you describe any dependencies or special parameters to pass in at runtime. So you can use one of many CloudFormation sample templates, either verbatim or as a starting point. The third thing is it's declarative and flexible. So to create the infrastructure you want, you enumerate what AWS resources, configuration values, and interconnections you need in a template, and then let AWS CloudFormation do the rest with a few simple clicks in the AWS Management Console. One command by using the AWS command line interface or a single request by calling the APIs. You won't have to recall the details of how to create and interconnect the respective AWS resources via their services APIs. AWS CloudFormation does this for you. So you also don't need to write a template from scratch if you start with one of the many sample templates that comes with AWS CloudFormation. So the third or fourth, maybe the very vital thing about CloudFormation, that is infrastructure as a code. So a template can be used repeatedly to create identical copies of the same stack or to use as a foundation to start a new stack. So you can capture and control your region specific infrastructure variations, AMIs, as well as Amazon EBS and Amazon RDS snapshot names. Templates are simple JSON or YAML formatted text files that can be placed under your normal source control mechanisms, stored in private or public locations such as Amazon S3, and exchanged via email. With AWS CloudFormation, you can open the hood to see exactly which AWS resources make up a stack, and you retain full control and have the ability to modify any of the AWS resources created as part of the stack. The CloudFormation key concepts include of three things: the template, the CloudFormation framework, and the stack. So template is nothing but a JSON or YAML formatted file where you define your parameters, resource creation, and configuration actions. So whatever you need to do, whatever you are going to implement, whatever the resources you need to use, you just mention in the YAML file or JSON file, and the AWS CloudFormation will create those services for you, and you don't even need to define prioritize the uh, resources. The AWS CloudFormation is well equipped to define which resources to be created first and which resources to be created at last. So that's not your headache. And the third thing is stack. So whatever the services, whatever the template you create a stack out of that. So the stack is basically uh, you are using the template to deploy the resources. So the template will have the configuration things, the resources, the parameters, the configuration actions. So that all will be present in the template, and the stack, that the stack is just we are implementing that template and for the creation of the resources mentioned in the template. So this is how it works. So CloudFormation framework, as you see in the figure, it's saying it takes care of stack creation and stack updates and error detection. And so there are multiple scenarios that are possible by deploying resources through CloudFormation. So the first thing is whether your resources, the stack, has been successfully completed, deployed or not. So you have multiple options. So if you're deploying the resources to a stack, and there is some issue while the resource creation, or some of the resource, like you say, at least if one of the resources failing, so you have the option to roll back the whole deployment. So what this will do is it will ease your deployment. So you don't need to worry about what are the resources which are created or which are pending. The rollback step will delete all the resources, and it will ask, you can start creating, you can fix the issues and start creating the resources one again by initiating the stack. So that's the one good thing. Other than that, there is one other options also, like you can just go ahead whether the some if some issues are also there, if some resources are not getting created, then also you can proceed further. But that is not recommended because you are deploying the whole resource as a whole. So it's not a good idea to deploy some of the resources, some of the services, and a few get failed. So let's do it like the whole bunch of resources should be deployed at once. And if something failing, let the all to be deleted, fix the issue, and then redeploy. So this will give a very robust infrastructure implementation. So there are some other things also. You can visualize and edit with drag drop interface. That means you can use AWS CloudFormation Designer and use it to provide, it provides a visual diagram of your template with icons representing your AWS resources and arrows showing their relationships. So you can build and edit templates using the drag and drop interface, then edit the template details using the integrated JSON text editor. So CloudFormation Designer allows you to spend more time designing your AWS infrastructure and less time manually coding your templates. So I would like to add one more feature of CloudFormation, that is integration ready. So you can integrate AWS CloudFormation with the development and management tools of your choice. AWS CloudFormation publishes progress events through the Amazon Simple Notification Service, and with SNS you can track stack creation and deletion process via email and integrate with other processes programmatically. So I think this is enough for CloudFormation introduction. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.